Welcome back, everyone. XRP family, where are you at? Hit that like button. Let's get this one over. We'll go 2,000 likes. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it. And I am here to discuss one of the big questions. I'm seeing a ton of people talk about it. And I know you're wondering, is BlackRock going to step out from the shadows and put in that spot ETF for what? For XRP, folks. That's it. That's the game changer. And why would it be a game changer? I know a lot of people watching this right now. You maybe heard the term BlackRock. You don't know who they are. You don't understand why it's so important. Why? And until you learn a little bit about BlackRock and how much power they have, you don't understand the implications of them coming out and jumping in on the XRP spot ETF application, how big it is, and how closely they work with the government. That's kind of the all clear for takeoff to the moon, in my opinion, for XRP and the price. But it's not something that people would say, well, do we have to have that? You don't necessarily need to have it, but it's nice to have. It's like, hey, you want the biggest person in the room on your side. It's always nice to have that on your side. So we're going to talk a little bit about this, go over what is happening out there in the world of stocks and everything else. It was a crazy day. It wasn't bad. I actually thought I was going to start out today and have a mess of a day, but it ended up not being bad at all in terms of the portfolio. I'll share that. I know we have a little bit of red. I'm logging in as we speak, so I'm putting in the secret handshake. Boom, 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 and we are in. So I want to go ahead and we'll start with the portfolio. I'm going to pull this up in 1 second. Let those who come here to see that. It was a rough day out there. I did make some moves. We got a lot of things going on. And of course, those in the Discord, not too bad. I took a bath on BMNR, so that is gone. I got out of game, that is gone. We had a little bit of red here across the board. With the ones I still have, about $66 down, but the big two got me. The big two Ethereum related, they got me. And so now, don't lose sleep though. Remember, we started at 2231, so I'm up about 152K in 3 weeks. I'm okay. I'm not happy, but I'm okay about that. So now what do we got? I made some other moves. You can see the crypto's down just a little bit, but you notice a new one here. You notice a new one, TLT. Added that in at 200K today. And I'm going to play that the Fed's going to talk dovish, that we're going to see approximately 125 basis points worth of cuts over the next year and a half, and that should lead me to a 20% gain, as well as, I think the cats are out there doing their thing, guys. I don't know if you guys heard that, but I have a whole bunch of them in the office right now for some reason. But with that being said, the 20% gain plus some we'll say some interest payments. So I like what I got there. We're going to see if I'm correct. So this is kind of where I'm parking this cash. I got some other cash sitting here that I want to do into some crypto if I get some crazy prices and a whole bunch of stuff. So there's that. You can see that now. Not a good day, but that's okay. Remember them days where I was rolling in with 50, 60, 70,000 up? You're going to have a few pullbacks. We'll talk about XRP and the other things I'm seeing there. This one broke just below 30K there. And so now that's down about 3,500 since the top. You're seeing a pullback across the board. This one, let's update it. This was at 150 something when we started. It's at 235. As you can see, it's about 82,000 up since I got into it. I took a lot of profit, and I got that cash sitting here. And you guys can see the cash sitting down in here. Plus, I moved a lot into T-bill and T. You can see almost a mil in these two alone. So I'm preparing for a little bit of a pullback. I'm not sure if we get it, but I'm okay getting that interest off of these. Of course, you guys know that. And if I'm wrong and the stock market just absolutely runs, that's okay. That's something I can deal with. I don't know if you guys can hear that. That is Meatball. Meatball is his name. The guy is a monster. He's angry right now. Hey, big announcement. If you guys haven't done it, get in the academy. That is now ready for that. We updated it. The time slots are open, and I know some of you said you couldn't get in. You can now because it was limited. We opened up another 2,500 spots. You now can get in to join my free webinar, the 4-step framework for successful technical analysis. You learn how to learn the technicals. It is free, so get in there and check out this webinar. And of course, you're down to, I think, 1 or 2 days. 2 days. Join the Discord. Second link down below, code JULY, J-U-L-Y. It expires at the end. Well, right here, you can see it. Ends. Boom. That's it. That's what we're looking at. So make sure you take advantage of it. What do we got here? Let's go ahead and continue to talk XRP BlackRock. So for those who don't know BlackRock, and you're watching this, you're wondering what's going on. Who is BlackRock? This is a company, right? Look how much money they control. So with all the things, services, ETF, everything they do, they have 11.6 trillion in the fourth quarter of 2025. I'm not sure if it's higher. I guess it's even higher now. M2s continue to grow around the world. They got their hand in a lot of different businesses very successfully. And so BlackRock assets hit a record 11.6 trillion in the fourth quarter. People who follow a lot of different businesses, me included, we like to see BlackRock involved because it usually means that they are very close to the government and they have a lot of sway. Having them in on a project is a good thing, and they can use those connections to do what they need to do. And with that, when you see something like BlackRock 11.6 trillion getting involved in a project, say XRP, that could lead to a massive pump. It's like a handshake, and BlackRock saying, I got you. And if that is the case, you can see a lot of their investors who roll with BlackRock, 11.6 trillion in money, starting to flow into XRP if they do that ETF. Now, BlackRock does a couple of them. They got the staking one. What do we got here? Right here, SEC filing starts countdown on BlackRock's Ethereum ETF staking proposal. What do we got? SEC acknowledged a NASDAQ filing July 16th. 45-day period for response, extendable up to 90 days. So it could be 3 months from now that they okay it, or 45 days. I would like to see it done. I've been calling for October. If that's the case, we go August, September, October. The middle October would be the 90-day. I've been calling for that since 2024. That October of 2025 is when you're going to see everything okayed. That means the spot ETFs for XRP, the staking for Ethereum, and so much more. That's the date. And I said plus 1 month. It could need some I's dotted, some T's crossed. So all of this is happening. A lot of people are looking at crypto now saying, Mo, XRP, it's kind of floundering. We're not getting that pump like we were. What happened? I thought the pedal was down to the metal, man. We were doing it. And here's the deal. You got to be patient. A lot of big money is making money right now, and they're taking profits. I took profits. A lot of people take profits. Sell at the top, and then take that money and let it work its way back down. Buy at the bottom. Buy low, sell high. Rinse and repeat. Financial freedom. Rinse and repeat. Generational wealth. That's what we're looking for. Now, I'm giving you a few things. BlackRock getting involved in Ethereum, I have a lot of that. I have a lot of XRP as well. So I'm watching all of this. And that moves us into, BlackRock rumors stir the bulls. Yes, there's always going to be rumors. I say this for a reason. One, we know XRP, we know BlackRock has gotten out there and gotten involved in Ethereum and Bitcoin. I see no reason for them not to jump in and get involved in XRP as well. This is one of the big things I'm watching. And the other thing I'm watching right now, of course, is the XRP price. Take a look at what we got. We are consolidating solidly, roughly around that 13 EMA over the last week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days we've been right there. We didn't like the way we got there, but it is holding right there where the bulls are trying to fight. The XRP, for everybody who's negative, you're going to see a lot of negativity. The trolls come out. They got their dry cat food. They're getting the dirty crick water from downstream from the sanitation plant with the chunks in there. You know what I'm talking about. And they're eating it up. They're loving it anytime XRP has some downward pressure. But remember, just a couple of weeks ago, we were down here at 50. I say weeks, but a couple of months ago, we were down at 50 cents. We worked all the way up to 3 something. Then we come all the way down to $1.60 something. And we move back up, then we come back down to $1.90, and we go back up. And I have a zone here I'm watching. The zone I have identified is this. I believe 297 is a solid strength, solid support. I'm not going to be surprised to see us bounce around in here. And you're going to see this Bollinger Band tightening up. You're going to see the 50 moving up. And you're going to see the daily just jumping around. The RSI is now healthy. It wasn't healthy. It's healthy. We're at 57. When it's up there at 90 like it was, profits are going to be taken. And I told everybody this. And I did it. And I allowed my actions to speak for them. I don't tell people what to buy and sell, but I do share my moves. Good and bad. Who else does that out there? There's a few, but not hardly any I know. You know, sharing getting out there, share the receipts in the Discord. Share the portfolio with the YouTube family. I am transparent, and if you appreciate that and you want to see how I'm trying to take 2 mil and turn it into 10 mil over the next 5-10 years, subscribe to the channel, folks, because we're just getting started. We got a lot to watch here. So I like what I'm seeing here. The RSI is good now, down at 57, which is solid. We might hit 50 here, which is that white line right there, and then bounce up. We're at the 13, acting as a good support. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I am literally liking what I'm saying. I'm not going to be surprised to go to 297, though. That is the ultimate. And then if you have the 297, it's showing solid support. It was resistance, then support, and if we hit it again, it would be support. And then what I would watch for is if you can't hold that, then we unfortunately got to go down to 274 on the 50 EMA. You don't want to lose that. I'll be blunt. You do not want to lose the 50 EMA. I don't think we're going to. There's the good news. Because I think a lot of good announcements are going to get front-loaded with the pricing as we go forward for October. Now, I said it before. I believe BlackRock in the future will keep their eyes on the prize and hopefully get involved. Now, I'll say it again. If you haven't done it, click the first link down below. Get into the webinar. We have the spots open. Learn how to learn the technicals, folks, from a national champion coach. That's me. Get in there. Take advantage. It's free. And then 2, join Mo's Discord. This is it. Code July expires here shortly. This is your opportunity before it expires. And get your free crypto stuff down below. All of it. We got Moo giving you tons of opportunity. All this, that expires in 2 days. Take advantage of this. We got the Gemini and Kraken. We got Gemini giving you 25 in free XRP when you trade 100 or more. You got to use that link down below. And Kraken, 25 USDG. You can turn that into what you want. Trade that as well. Folks, so many opportunities. We got a lot of things to look forward to moving forward. I'm pumped. Hopefully you are too. And we're just getting started. So I appreciate you stopping by. I will see you in the Discord.